Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Anchorage Ice Tigers Draftical Refranchise mode here in NHL 23. So in last episode, we had kind of a tough time in the first round, but we managed to get out of it in 7 games due to a double overtime goal from Derek Keith that sends us to the second round against the President's Trophy winning Anaheim Ducks, who have an interesting roster, and I'm surprised they actually simulated as good as they did, but yeah, we're going to be taking them on. We had a really weird first round, like I said, though. We went up 0-2 in the series, or 2-0 in the series. Both those games, obviously, the Canucks could have won. Then we lost a game. Then we were up 3-1, and then we dropped 2 straight games, and I was literally thinking we're going to lose in 7 games. But we intervened and watched the game, and we actually won in overtime, and yeah, got ourselves all the way to the second round. Hoping that we could knock out another President's Trophy winning team, because last year when we went to the Cup Finals, we knocked out Vegas in the second round. If we can knock out Anaheim here in the second round and get back to the Conference Finals, that'd be awesome. I really want this team to win a Stanley Cup, obviously, and that window is still half open. So if we lose this round, there's a chance that it slams shut right on our face, which really sucks. But it's the reality of building a draft of glory team, you know. You can't just build up. It's very tough to build up a draft glory team to win a Stanley Cup. So, but yeah, that's that. Let me take a look at the Anaheim Ducks lines again, just in case you forget. But we are going to be facing a former player, not on the offensive core, but this is their offensive core, which is pretty solid. Still some weaknesses though with like Oliver, Frost, Okposo, and Emelin. But other than that, they have like Ziegler still and all that type of thing. And defensively, you can see here is the former player we're going to be facing, Dmitry Moroza, who just came off a very good offensive season. I don't know where he picked up the 40 points from, but he's been a lot better offensively since joining the Anaheim Ducks. Still pretty solid defensively as well. Going to be interesting to see what he's made of in that first round. But it's also funny is there's literally another Dmitry Moroza on the same team, so they're running 2 Morozas on the defensive core, and both with the same name. So hopefully we know which one's who when they score goals or whatever when we're playing against them. But yeah, I think we definitely have a chance to beat them, but it's going to be really interesting. Like, it's not the best looking roster. I don't know how this team won the President's Trophy. I'm pretty sure they did, right? Let me actually take a comparison and see what they did during the regular season compared to us, but I don't know how they won the President's Trophy. Yeah, they did. They had 115 points. They were the only team that finished above us in our division. Like, we're in a similar spot to where we were last year for sure. We were better offensively than them. They were apparently right around the same offensive level, and they're also really good defensively. Yeah, it's kind of a weird roster because they don't look good on paper, but they must have like a good coach and good chemistry, because that's the only thing I could think of. Let me see who's doing what for them so far in the playoffs, though. Like, is there any specific players? Zegers is good, but everybody else is below point per game. But they have good depth scoring. It took them 7 games to get out of the first round, which is kind of surprising for a President's Trophy winning team. So maybe I'd give the edge to us in that sense. I don't really know. Marchand was really good, but Colton Ellis, oof. If we could get out of this second round with another win against another President's Trophy winning team, I'm going to be pretty happy. I just want this team obviously to get that cup too, because that is very close to not being something that could actually happen with this team. But here we go. Let's get into round 2. Waste no more time and see if we can knock out the Anaheim Ducks. Both teams went to 7 games. Is this going to be another 7-game series? We will see. Come on, boys. Let's knock out the President's Trophy winners again. Do what we did against Vegas last year. First period. 2-0 us. Let's go. That's exactly how you want to start off a second round against the President's Trophy winning team. Danner and Darby. Last round we had problems keeping the puck out in the net, and also we couldn't score a lot of goals in the first, so that's a great way to start off a series. Also, I kept our lines the same since Game 7 the last round. I'd flip those up quite a bit. Like, we have a lot of OFDs in our lineup, so I might be one of the guys that get taken out eventually to rework the defensive core if we start playing bad defensively. But that's a good start. Good offense, good defense. Only limiting them to 4 shots, so it's pretty nice. Can we add to this lead in the second period? Second period, 2-2. That's not good. Koskaranda gives up goals to Lapierre and Carl. He's been definitely our best goalie, Koskaranda, in the playoffs, but I don't really know how long of a leash he's gonna have in terms of being a starter. We might have to change to Taze a couple times. I don't think we're gonna go back to Cox for a while, because Cox is always letting in late goals. So anyways, game is 2-2 after 2. Shots are 20-16 in favor of us. We gave up that 2-0 lead, which is not good. Can we find a way to get that lead back in the third period? Come on, boys. Come on. Yeah, I don't know why the Anaheim Ducks are so good. Now they have the lead, and that's one of the Morozes. Hopefully it's not our former Moroza. Hopefully that's a 77, but Reinhardt answers back for us. That's a huge goal from the fourth liner. Reinhardt's usually pretty solid in the playoffs as a fourth liner. I like him. Long penalty kill there. Nicely done. And we are going to overtime in game 1 of the second round. Pretty even game. 3-3. Shots 32-29 in favor of Anaheim. So don't really know who has the edge going into this postseason, or not postseason. Well, yeah, I guess postseason playoff overtime situation. I don't even know what I'm trying to say really right now, but whatever. Let's see what happens here in OT. See if we could get a win on the road. That would be a great way to start off the second round. Come on, boys. Especially against the President's Trophy winning team. And Anaheim wins in overtime, and it's a goal from Logan Stankoven. God damn it, guys. God damn it. We had a 2-0 lead at one point, and we blew it. So Danner from Reinhardt and Walzer, Darby from Keith and Zikov, and Reinhardt from Walzer and Zikov. Yeah, the fourth line was our best line in terms of offense, so that's not a great way to start off the second round. But yeah, this Anaheim team doesn't look like they'd be that good. I don't know why they are that good. It has to be chemistry or a coach or something. Because on paper, they don't really look like a team that's won a President's Trophy. But we're down 0-1 in the series, and we lose another game in overtime. We've been to overtime so many times in this playoff run, it's kind of ridiculous. Let's see, goalie-wise, what we could do here. Yeah, we're going to keep with Koskarana, but we are going to make our change with Claxton and Farrell, I think. Actually, we're going to go back to our lines that we had originally. Yeah, we're going to go back to our lines that we had originally before Game 7 of the last round. So LaRose back in. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll go back to taking Eichel out and putting Savonin in. And Savonin back to the top 4. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll keep basically our team back to where it was because that helped us get some wins. Obviously, didn't help us get to the Game 7 win, but the Game 7 win was with the other lines we had, but we just lost with them. So might as well do a little bit of a shake-up and try and get our team to at least tie the series headed home, because if we could have a tie series headed home and win both those home games, that would be a very good scenario for our team. So here we go. Game 2 still in Anaheim, looking for a road win against the President's Trophy winners. Come on, boys. First period, 4-0 us. Wow. I was not expecting that. We've had some really good first periods here in this second round, which, like I said, has not been characteristic of our team, because last round we just gave up so many goals against in the first and didn't score any. But a 4-goal first period. Wong scores, then we get a power play goal from the youngster Morgan Denny. Jeremy Vandenbush scores, and Avery Parrott scores. And the shots are in their favor, 13-12, but we're up by 4 goals. So Colton Ellis likely was pulled after that first period. Maybe not, but still 4 goals on 12 shots. That's a goal on every 3 shots. Can we continue that pace in the second period? Second period, 5-1. Not too bad. Zegras made it 4-1, but Zikov scores a power play goal. And yeah, Marchand is now in net. They're still out shooting us 23-21, but we got 5 goals. They have 1 goal. Let's lock this down in the third period and have a tie series headed home. And Zegras immediately gets a power play goal to start the third to make it a 5-2 game. And there's a goal from Malik Reinhardt. He's also so good. Like I just said in the last game, he's always good in the playoffs as a fourth liner. Always helps with that depth scoring. And we are going to have a tie series headed home likely. Okposo makes it 6-3. And that is going to be the final. Nicely done, boys. Not a great defensive effort, but good goaltending, I'd say. And good offense. Wong from Bobkov and Danner, Denny from Farrell and Darby, Vandenbush from Harakala and Bobkov, Parrott from Hartnell and Keith, Zikov from Jorgensen and Hartnell, and Reinhardt from Vandenbush and LaRose. Not too bad. Wow, a lot of players on the team had points. Everybody on our team had points except for Savonin, Claxton, and Bouwmeester. That's actually pretty impressive. So that's literally our top 4 pairing, which was a +2, and then Claxton had nothing, but everybody else had a point in that game. So yeah, depth was very evident in that game, and goaltending, like I said, was pretty solid from Koskarana. 3 stars, Zegras the first star somehow, Vandenbush the second star, and Bobkov the third. Not too bad. I'm glad having a tie series after 2 games, especially with the team that won the President's Trophy. It's good, especially when we're also headed home, where we could potentially win 2 games. If we win both these games, that'd be really good for our confidence. Obviously, there is teams that come back though from 3-1. So if that was the case, I feel like Anaheim could come back and win 3 straight games against us easily. But yeah, let's continue and see if we can keep on that pace. That defensive or those line changes that we had seem to get us the win. So here we go, game number 3 back on home ice. We haven't been here since game 7 of last round. Can we take a 2-1 series lead here? First period of game 3. 2-1 us. Yeah, I'm liking our first periods. Definitely learned from our mistakes in the first round in terms of that at least. Like, we were not scoring anything. Like, there was at least 3 games, I think, that we didn't score in the first period. So now we're scoring a lot of goals in the first. So Jorgensen and Parrott with both goals. Carl has a goal for them on the power play. Shots are 12-11, so very even period. Can we add to this lead in the second period? Second period, 3-1. Let's go. That's exactly what I asked for, and they delivered. A power play goal from Avery Parrott has us up by 2 goals. We're out shooting 26-21. Can we lock down this game now that we're up by 2 goals? Let's do this, boys. Power play here to start the third period. It's a long one. We have yet to score, and we do not score on it. Penalty kill now, and they get a power play goal from Lilia. It's not good. Power play for us again. Come on, guys. We do not convert again. Come on, boys. Final 5 minutes of this third period. Just lock it down. Lock it down. Power play late in the game. And we're going to win 3-2 and escape with a 1-goal victory. That 1 goal from Parrott becomes the game winner. Nicely done, guys. Jorgensen from Keith and Danner, Parrott from Hartnell and Keith, and Parrott from Zikov and Jorgensen. 3 stars of the game. Parrott the first star, 2 goals. Jorgensen the second star, 2 points. And Koskarena with another solid effort gets the 3rd star. Yeah, Koskarena is doing pretty good for his first ever NHL playoffs. Been impressed with him. He's definitely the best goalie that we've had, I think, up to this point, because Cox absolutely trash. And then Taze has been streaky, but he's been okay at times too. So we have a 2-1 series lead on the President's Trophy winners. Can we take a 3-1 series lead here, headed to Anaheim? That would be really great if that was the case. Come on, boys. Come on. I want to get back to that conference finals. First period of game number 4. We're down 1-0. This is the type of thing we had the last round where we didn't score in the first period, and we're always down by like 1 or 2 goals. Zegers has another goal, so Zegers is definitely the best player on the Ducks so far this round. Shots are 14-11 in favor of them. Can we answer back in the second period and tie this game up? Second period, 3-1 Anaheim. And this isn't good. We're probably going to be in a back and forth type of thing, it looks like. They made a 2-0. Lapierre scores. Parrott scores again, so at least Parrott's scoring consistently. That pulled us within 1, but that late goal, though, from Oliver is not great. 18 seconds left in the second period, and that gives them a 2-goal cushion. And we're being outshot 27-18. We need a strong comeback here in the third period if we want to win this one. So let's see what happens. Or are we going to have a tie series headed to Anaheim? We need an early goal here, but it doesn't look like we're getting that yet. Power play. We do not convert. Yeah, this is one of those series that might go 7 games again as well. And like I said in the last round, usually when you win in 7 games, sometimes you lose in 7 games in the next round. So Long makes it a 1-goal game late, and of course they answer right back. Mintyukov. A late goal from Parrott, but that's not enough. God damn it. That late goal, 2:16 left. We always allow late goals in the playoffs though, but that one turns out to be the game-winning goal. Because Parrott would have tied it in the final minute if it wasn't for this goal against. Which it looks like almost like Mintyukov was like right on like. Is that the? Yeah, that's our offensive zone. I don't know why he has a defenseman all the way down there, the Anaheim Ducks, but he was literally right on the side of the net. Interesting. Oh well. Tie series headed to Anaheim. At least we're kind of like back and forth with a President's Trophy winning team again. So. Parrott from Hartnell and Keith, Wong from Bobkov and Farrell, and Parrott from Keith and Hartnell. Yeah, Parrott's starting to heat up. That's back-to-back 2-goal efforts. But, yeah, we have a 2-2 series. Let's see if we have to make some line adjustments. It's been a pretty close series. Yeah, pretty close series. We could have been up 3-1 if we would have won that first game in overtime. So, Not going to complain too much about our team's performance, but let's see what we could do in terms of changes a little bit. Yeah, let's try moving Hartnell down. Why not? And yeah, we'll try moving Harakala down. Savonin to the top pairing as a 74 is kind of funny, but it is what it is. And yeah, we're going to definitely keep on running with Kari Koskarena. Okay, that's that. Let's see if we could take a 3-2 series lead here. This is a crucial game. We are in Anaheim. We got to win another game on the road, and then hopefully we can close out the series on home ice. If that doesn't happen, we might end up going to a Game 7, where it would be back in Anaheim as well. So here we go, Game 5. This is a crucial game for both teams. Can we take a 3-2 series lead? Come on, let's do it. First period, 1-1. I'll take it, I guess. I don't like that they scored, but obviously a tie period after 1 is not really a bad thing. Shots are 12-9 in favor of them. Hartnell with our only goal, so that line change might have helped out some offense a little bit. At least it's an even first period. Can we get the lead in the second? No, we can't. It's 2-2. They had the 2-1 lead, but once again, we have an answer for them. It's a Larry Wong. So every time they score, it seems like we have an answer for them, so that's good. Maybe we'll be able to actually get a lead in the third period. We haven't had a lead yet in this game. Shots are 22-21. It's 2-2 after 2. A lot of 2s. And can we get a second round win, too? Because that's another 2, you know? Come on, boys. Let's get this done here in the third period. Penalty kill to start the third. We kill it off. Nicely done. And then we get a goal from Larry Wong. Let's go, Wong. That's 2 goals in a big game. Yeah, Wong's not too bad, but this might be his last year here because of his contract, because he's a pending UFA. Might ask for too much money. And we are going to escape with a 3-2 win on the road, and we have a chance to close out the Ducks on home ice. And we have 2 chances at most. Like, if we lose next game, we have another chance still to knock them out, but I really hope we could knock them out in front of our fans. Last round we won in back on our home ice against the Canucks, so who knows? Home ice is important. So Hartnell from Claxton and Jorgensen, Wong from Bobkov and Farrell, and Wong with the game-winning goal from Farrell and Harakala. He's only got 4 goals in this playoffs, but 2 of them coming in that game. I will take that. Wong the first start. Koskarena has been really good. I really like Koskarena. This kid's getting confidence, and that's exactly what we need. We need him to be like that Cam Ward type player that came in his rookie season. We need him to be like Jordan Binnington, for example, but not like the attitude of Jordan Binnington, but still. And Verobi have the third star. Okay. We are 1 win away from the conference finals, and winner will face Arizona, so that would be a rematch of last year if we are to get to the conference finals, because Arizona was there last year. And it's looking like right now at least Ottawa and Florida in the Eastern Conference Finals, but that might change because it's still only 3-2 series lead for both those teams. But here we go. Can we get to the conference final for back-to-back seasons? Come on, boys. I believe in you. We have the experience. Let's use it to our advantage. First period. It is 2-2. So very similar to last game where both teams keep scoring. Emlyn opens the scoring for them. We score a short-handed goal, which is nice to see from Byron Farrell. Carl scores a power play goal on the same power play that Farrell had a short-handed goal, I think. And then Derek Heath scores for us. It's 2-2 after 1. Shots are 13-10. Do we have a way to get the lead in the second period, or is it going to be another even period? Second period, 3-2 us. Let's go, Ricardo Hartnell. And we are 1 period away from going back to the conference finals. We just got to use that, like I said, that experience level to our, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, like basically use that experience and use it to our advantage. That's what I'm trying to say. I can barely talk for some reason. But we're up by a goal. Shots are 24-21, still a pretty even game. Can we get some insurance here in this third period and knock out another President's Trophy winning team in the playoffs? Come on, boys. Let's do this. Let's do this. We're in front of our fans, too, so. Vihicola ties the game up at 3. God damn it, Vihicola. The Finnish man. Final 10 minutes of this third period, and are we going to be going to OT potentially? Penalty kill, and we kill it off nicely. Done. Final few minutes here. And we are going overtime. I would watch this because it would knock out, like, potentially the Ducks, but I think I don't want to intervene and watch this. Unless it goes to double overtime. Yeah, I don't think I want to watch this yet. Yeah, I don't think I want to watch this. Let's see if we can win this game and go on to the next round. Or are we going to a Game 7 in Anaheim, which that is going to be interesting for sure. Let's see what happens. Come on, boys. Come on. Get me that win. Let's go. Let's go. We get the win. Derek Keith again. He is turning out to be like Martin Jalna. That's the second time he has ended a series in this playoff run. He scored the goal against the Canucks to knock him out in the game we watched. And he has eliminated the President's Trophy winners. And we are going to the conference finals again. Let's go. This team has made 3 conference finals in their entire time being a team, which is, I think, better than Houston. So that's pretty impressive. Even after losing Coley Mine in the offseason and making Joe Thornton our head coach. We lost our head coach last year, too. And this team's definitely given a good run for the Stanley Cup this year. We just need to win another 8 games. So it's definitely a lot of tough tasks, but we are going to be playing Arizona in a rematch in the conference finals. So Byron Farrell's first goal of the playoffs. Damn, that took him a while. From Danner, Keith from Darby and Farrell, Hartnell from Claxton and Zikov, and the game-winning goal from Derek Keith. He only has 6 goals in the playoffs, but 2 of them have been series clinchers from Darby and Parrott. Let's go. I am really surprised we knocked out another President's Trophy winning team. Based on how we played in the first round, I was not expecting that. So Keith gets first star with 2 goals and 6 hits. Farrell the second star with a goal and assist. And Darby the third star with 2 assists. We are going back to the conference finals. Didn't think that was going to happen, especially after losing Coley Minen. I did not expect that. Let's get it simmed up. There you go. We got a home ice advantage in the conference finals. But we are going to be taking on Arizona again, which is interesting. They're 8-3, so it might be a tough task this time around. But let's take a look at our player stats through 2 rounds. But yeah, I'm glad I gave Derek Keith that extension. He's got 3 game-winning goals actually in this playoffs already. So yeah, forward-wise, Keith has been great. Everybody else is below point per game, which is kind of iffy. But the depth scoring is good again, just like last year. For the most part. I didn't even realize Felix Walzer actually had 2 assists in the 2 games he played. And when we scratched him again. It's funny. Haricalo's still been really good. Danner's been good. Zikov's been good. Yeah, Zikov actually had a really good second round because I'm pretty sure he only had 1 point going into that round. Savonin -4. It's not great. And yeah, Koskarena, honestly, has been the best playoff goalie I think this franchise has ever seen. He's 8-1-2 with a .913 and a .257. Like, his regular season numbers were solid, but this year he is turning out to be that playoff goalie that we've been looking for the last few years. So long are the days of Sean Cox, but Kari Koskarena is the guy for the rest of the playoffs, unless there's a thing where he plays really badly for 2 straight games. But yeah, going back to the conference finals against Arizona again. Not a surprise. They went only 44-33-5, so they had a similar record to us. And we get home ice advantage again. Winner will face Florida or Ottawa for the Stanley Cup, and you know we've been against Florida before in the Stanley Cup finals. And that's when we lost the first time around. Ottawa, obviously, we've never played before in the playoffs because they have never been to the Stanley Cup finals when we've been there. But let's take a look at this Arizona team. And then we'll take a look also how they did during the regular season and so far in the playoffs. And they look like this. And yeah, that's a pretty solid team for their record. First line, Norbert Krupp. I don't remember if you were there last year. No, you weren't. They brought him in via free agency. They also have Mark Louis still and Colin Schneider. Second line has Keaton Bugner, Quinton Tierney, who's that guy that gives the puck away a lot, if I remember right. I think I said that last year as well. Yeah, he has a decent amount of giveaways for a forward. And Dylan Holloway. Third line of Stefan Hanula. Cole Perfetti's there now. Interesting. And Robertson Pritchett. And a fourth line that's kind of weak with Daniel Gushin. Tommy Lidman. I almost want to say Tony Lidman. But that's Tommy Lidman, so we'll say the son of Tony Lidman. And Gage Goncalves. Defensively, they're solid. Suglobov and Stanislav Kozlov, Eric Hjorth and Olin Zellweger, and a top 6 pairing of Veli Taipalus and Ruslan Vorobyov. So that's a pretty good defensive core. It's not the best, but it's still solid. And goaltending, they have still Sebastian Cossa and Peyton Bertuzzi. Interesting. And depth-wise, they have Stephen Bates and Alexander Markov. I think we definitely have a chance to beat them, but we have to contain that first line for sure, and Bugner and Holloway. That's probably where we have to contain them the most. Also Suglobov, I guess, too, since he's an 84. But, yeah, that top line's pretty good. Other than that, it's not hugely scary. But they've been having a good playoff so far, so they must be working quite well. Let's take a look at their team stats during the regular season and playoffs. Or, yeah, their record and stuff like that. Let's go to Western Conference, make it a little bit easier on us. So, we only finished 1 point above them because we had one more overtime loss, or one more point from an overtime loss. They had one more regulation loss. So that's why we have home ice advantage. We are a much better offensive team. They were a better defensive team. They were better on the power play than us, and they were much better also on the penalty kill. But we had actually more shorthanded goals. They actually had 10 shorthanded goals too, so they're actually pretty dangerous shorthanded too. Let's take a look at their team stats so far for the playoff run. Also their player stats for the playoff run so far, just so we can kind of do a little comparison on that. They're 8-3, we're 8-5. We're a better offensive team in terms of we scored more goals, but they've scored more goals in less games, or less. They've scored less goals in more games. But yeah, so goals for per game. They're a better offensive team. They're also a better defensive team. We're better power play wise, and they are incredible on the defensive play and the penalty kill. They've only allowed one power play goal in 29 attempts. So they're a really locked down team on that penalty kill. Our power play has been solid so far in this playoffs, so I'm really hoping that it could try and break open that penalty kill that they have. I think that was similar to what they were like last year, where they were a really good penalty kill team, so should be interesting. And what has their journey also been like in this playoff run at this point? They took out Dallas in 6 games, then they took out Edmonton in 5. And what is their player stats looking like this playoff run? Bugner's leading the team. They only have one guy that's point per game. So yeah, they're a defensive team right now, but they do have good depth scoring, so that also helps out quite a bit. And yeah, Kosa's been pretty locked in, so. But then again, also Koskarenta, I knew it was a Finnish name, has been really solid for us, so. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Anchorage Ice Tigers Draft Glory Franchise Mode. So next episode, we'll take it to the conference finals as we look to get another 4 wins. And if we do that, we will be back in the Stanley Cup Finals, where we're looking to make sure that window stays open for a little bit longer. So anyways, think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.